Nice.
Ooh, let's fly up through that gap. We're gonna fly through the gap.
You're blinding me.
Okay, climbing,
How are you
climbing,
even flying right
Look at
there?
that. Oh, that's so cool. Yes, even us crazy fancy YouTubers crash airplanes. Because it takes a while to bleed off that speed. Yeah. Oh no, I hit the line. Are you kidding? Come on. And this crash really wasn't that bad, but it did lodge some foam loose in spots that it shouldn't be. I've got a cracked fuselage back here. Definitely don't want to fly it like that. And you guys for years have been asking me to show you how I fix my planes. Now I'm going to show you, and then I'll show the thing flying again after the repair. But I am also going to tell you, do not do as I do. Do as the instructions tell you. I just hate that CA glue. I truly do. And I've been doing this for over 10 years, patching my planes like this with absolutely no issues. But there is a little bit of magic to this method. I'm going to talk about it and show you. So let's fix this airplane and fly it again. By now, this company of this little battery should be paying my mortgage as many times as I've mentioned it, but I get no credit at all. I just love it. This battery can charge my airplane batteries out here at the field. It can also keep my refrigerator running if we lose power, but I commonly use it as an extension cord. It would take a mile of extension cord to get power out here, and I can bring this to events as this is warming up. I'm telling you that this thing will keep all of my airplane batteries charged for an entire weekend. And while I'm at the hotel or whatever, I can top it off. They also make solar panels for it. So this guy will be linked in the description box below, and I've just got a good old hot glue gun warming up here.
With your specialty glue.
With my specialty glue, and I'm going to mention that too. The really cool thing about this battery, or electric generator some people call them, is that it tells you the output. So a hot glue gun is pulling 3940 watts. I'll know when it's hot because that number will drop. And also the light will go off. But I love these. It'll be linked in the description box below. I have 3 problems here, or maybe it's 2 actually. I've got, my wing came dislodged pretty good, so I'm gonna glue that back in place, but I want to separate it as much as I can without breaking it first. Make sure there's no, yeah, I see. I just need enough of a gap to get my glue in there. So that's what I'm doing, is just making sure that exists. And then the same back here. This might not look like much, but it wiggled, and when I pushed it, I realized there is a crack there. So when I go to glue that, I'm going to separate that seam some. I'll pull that back, and I'm going to just get my glue in there as deep as I can, and we'll press it in place and hold it in place. I know this sounds simple, and I've been telling you guys for years, it's a simple process, but you keep asking me to show you. So this might not be the worst crash ever. I'll do another. If you still want to see when I have like a clean break on something, I might do another repair video. But again, you keep asking to see it, so I wanted to show you. This sticking out of my glue gun, the glue is the magic. I've learned you cannot use cheap, bad hot glue. If you use the good stuff, it gets the job done. And even in the heat of the summer, it holds up. It doesn't get soft on a really hot day sitting out at the field. Just getting a lot of glue in there. I want to make sure it's actually in that crack. And this was holding together pretty well on its own, so I feel confident in that ability for it to hold. Now, I don't like seeing big gobs of glue there, so what I do is take my glue gun while the tip is still hot, just kind of flatten any bumps out, because it's a little less drag, but also it just looks a little better. And if I had a piece of cardboard or something, I would kind of squeegee that away, but I don't, so that's as good as that will get ever.
You could probably heat it back up, couldn't you?
But will I?
No.
No. And the other, this actually worked really well, putting the nose down. I separate this some. I just pull enough that I'm not going to crack the other side, but that's a break on this side of the rear part of the fuselage. Just be careful, hot glue is very hot. And I just get as much in here as I can. I don't really care about how it looks at this point. I've crashed it. I just want it to fly well again, so the more glue the better. But you know, I'm not overdoing it. And we're gonna press that down, and look at that, we got those globs of glue again. Luckily that straw is there, so my push rod isn't actually going to be hindered by that. Just kind of smear that in some. It'll be a little ugly, but it dries fairly clear. And again, you want to use the good hot glue. The gun doesn't really matter, although I like this one because there's no cord. It holds the heat for a couple minutes, and then that base heats it up. I couldn't tell you where I got that, but I've bought a couple other glue guns since then, and that is all there is to it. That is how you glue this back together. And to celebrate, I'm gonna give this 2 minutes or so to dry, and then we're gonna fly it again because I didn't get to fly it more in the last flight. We'll see if it holds up. You'll want to watch because this could explode. Wouldn't that be funny if it did?
All right, launch with confidence. Launch confidence. Good job, Nate. You're getting so much better.
Well, safe helps, I'll be honest. And I increased my rates too, so I want to see how that goes. Should be able to do like faster rolls and stuff now. I only went to 115%, so maybe not super noticeable. She flies, and I'm very happy because I love this airplane. Look at that cloud out there. It looks like a big mushroom cloud. Let's go back here.
That one?
And no, this one that I'm over right now. Look at that. That's such a uniquely shaped cloud.
Look at that one.
I know, I saw it, but isn't that cool? And then look above it, the sun. Ooh, let's fly up through that gap. We're gonna fly through the gap.
You're blinding me.
Okay, climbing,
How are you
climbing,
even flying right
Look at
there?
that. Oh, that's so cool. I'm blinded, but man, that was awesome. I think it was worth it.
Don't know about that.
So cool. The clouds look amazing today. Wow, they're all just pulling up, aren't they? That's cool. Okay, let's do the clouds. Climb. There's full throttle, vertical climb. Just a really awesome plane, you guys, and foam's easy to repair. Don't forget it. Don't forget how easy that is to repair. It's a inverted outside loop. We're keeping it upside down now. She flies just as good, if not better, because why? When you crash something, you can fly with more confidence. It's got the dent, it's got the ding. Makes it so much more enjoyable, I think. Yeah, increased rates on this is really nice for me, because I like to fly it. And I know some people will hate on the way I'm flying it. It's kind of a hot liner. You can cook it if you want to, but you can glide it if you want to. I think they call it a warm liner because hot liner actually goes much faster, like double the speed. But it's a good middle ground. Kind of covers all the bases. What do you think? Easy enough to repair, right?
Good job.
Thank you. And that's how I do my foam. Now I probably would let it sit a little longer than what I have. I only gave it a few minutes, but it was hard to the touch and not hot, so good enough. But if you're out at the field and you need a quick repair and it's not total demolition, you can just put some hot glue in between the cracks of the foam, even if it's in two separate pieces. Some guys swear by putting toothpicks in between as like rebar kind of, but my dad used to do that as I was growing up. If he helped me repair the planes that we were flying and fixing, he would use toothpicks to reinforce it, but I don't. I never have. It doesn't seem to affect it, in my opinion. It all depends on what the plane is, though. If you're flying a giant 6S, very heavy plane, you might want to do a little more than hot glue. Something in this size, under 2 meters, I think you're okay. I don't think you have too much to worry about. And I can't knife edge. I wish it could. All right, let's bring it in for hopefully a better landing than last time.
I feel like you should relive that moment right now.
Okay, let's do it. We'll do it inverted this time. Love the way this sounds with no throttle. See a light, you know what? We'll just come around so I can get a little closer. I could have landed it there, but I don't like walking, so. And we'll kind of force it down right there. See, I could have let it come closer, but I needed that grass to touch down, so I kind of forced it down last second. Anyway, hopefully it's in one piece.
Nice.
I had to try it. That was
oh my gosh, I can't film planes without my...
without all
Where
your
did
tools.
you go?
It's okay. Hey, that was pretty cool, right?
That was cool.
Vertical takeoff. And level, yeah, there we go.
Good job.
That was a lot of fun. fixed it, flew it, and did a couple. See, I like to do this. I like to try different things every time I fly. Will I always? No. Sometimes the different thing is the different airplane. Today,
sometimes when you crash, that's when you like to try the different thing too.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So crashing sometimes is a good thing.
I think so. It just boosts your confidence. Like, and I've never seen someone try to vertical. I didn't.
Watch your face if you try that at home.
Well, yeah, of course.
It's a little nervous for you.
No, I knew if it backed down to back up, right? But I felt it in my hand. I gave it a little. That's unplugged. I gave it a little throttle 3/4. I was like, man, that's pulling hard. While it was kind of vertical, I thought if I go full, I guarantee that can climb right out of there. And it did, so that was really neat. Never seen anybody do it or anything. Just felt like it could. I'm sure I'm not the first to do that, but first time for me. And that's what's fun for this hobby, in my opinion, is just to try different things. That's why I crash. That's why I crash probably more often than some people. No, that was depth. That was just depth perception. I own that. I take full ownership on that one. But other times that I crash, like remember when you challenged me to do the inverted show pass? That didn't work well.
You went straight into the ground.
My brain twisted on that one. It's a great airplane, very repairable if it does crash, and it still flew extremely well. I love it. I love the hobby. I love doing what we do, sharing these experiences with you guys. I want to say massive thanks to God for blessing us with today. See, that's still not really perfect, is it?
It's still crooked.
A little crooked. So it flew really well, so.
The wind straightens it out.
It does. Just thank you, God, for blessing us with today. Just the day in general, but also this moment that we got to share with all of our friends. I hope you enjoyed this. I know it's not a viral video or anything like that, not that any of our videos are, but patching together foam with hot glue. Boy, wouldn't that be cool if we got 5 million views on this one? Not gonna happen. Thanks, YouTube. Thank you, God, for all of our blessings. From the 10 views we might get on this to just being able to do this for the last 10 years. I'm so grateful to him, and I'm so grateful to you guys watching us and supporting us.
We're actually on 11, just so you know.
It's wild. A decade on YouTube. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. A big thanks to our Patreon supporters too, because we couldn't do what we do as often as we do it without your amazing support. And if you love RC plane tip videos, I've got another one, and it did get pretty popular. We'll have that video popping up right about now. Did you know about this one? We'll see you there. Thanks for watching.
Bye!